My name is Roland Nash. I'm a senior partner at Verno Investments. Verno Investment is a fund management platform that specializes in the public markets in Russia. We're based in Moscow, and we aim to provide the level of Western professionalism that people expect, investors expect, but with the local knowledge which is so important when investing into Russia. And I'm here today because I think that there is a lot of potential in Russia. And I think that Canada in particular actually has been quite slow to recognize some of that potential. It's not alone in that, but I think there should be a lot more economic and investment cooperation between Canada and Russia. I think the biggest misconception about investing into Russia is that it is much more difficult to do business in Russia than anywhere else. And I just don't think that's true. Of course, there are specifics that make Russia difficult to invest into. You know, the bureaucracy tends to be very large. The rule of law is sometimes undermined. But you know, that Russia shares that in common with a lot of places, a lot of emerging markets, and everybody more than understands the problems that exist in Russia. What I don't think that they understand is the scale of the opportunity, not just in oil and gas. In fact, particularly not in oil and gas, but in the rest of the economy. Russia has one of the most dynamic, growing middle-class economies in the world. Certainly the most dynamic country, I would argue, in Europe, and it certainly doesn't receive the investment flows that kind of economic opportunity deserves. For me, I think that the biggest opportunity still is actually in the public equity markets. I'm a fund manager, so I'm investing where I believe, but you've still got some very dynamic companies that tend to be cheap because the baby is thrown out with the bathwater when investing into Russia. People sell everything in Russia, and that creates a lot of opportunity. Right now, it's mid-September 2011. The Russian market is selling down very heavily based on things that are happening in Europe and the US. Everything is being sold down, and that means there's some really interesting opportunities out there right now. And we've seen this so many times. I've been based in Moscow for 15 years, and I've seen this so many times throughout my career that when you have these sort of major sell-offs, you find some amazing opportunities. Cheap, well-run, dynamic companies that offer exposure to the Russian investment case. I think the economic climate in Russia is necessarily volatile. There has been a tradition of a lot of volatility in Russia, both in the economy and in the markets, and there's very good reason for that. The oil price and the cost of capital are actually both outside of the control of the Russian government, and those two elements have tended to be very volatile over the last decade or so, and I think that explains why Russia has a lot of volatility. However, volatility doesn't necessarily mean that you can't make money. In fact, Russia has been one of the best places for investors in both the public markets and directly to make money over the last 10 to 15 years. It just means that you need to really understand the risks when you're investing into the Russian economy or the Russian equity market. And it's this combination of opportunity and risk that I think makes Russia such an exciting investment place.